Hey guys, GCSE STEM here. In today's video, we are going to be covering the different types of numbers you will need to know. And we can start off by splitting these numbers into two groups, known as rational and irrational numbers. Examples of rational numbers are things like integers, fractions, terminating and recurring decimals. And examples of irrational numbers are things like surds. In today's video, we will be covering each number with in-depth examples so you can learn them quickly. Now if we start off with integers. An integer is another name for a whole number. An integer could be a positive whole number like 9, 35, or 390. Or an integer could be a negative whole number like -3, -32, and -78. And just to clear up a common misconception that students have, 0 is an integer as it is a whole number, and it does not contain any decimal places. Now on the contrary, a fraction is part of a whole number. In this case, if we have 4 of lots of something, and it's out of 8 lots of something. To give us a better example, now here, as you can see, we have 6 slices of pizza, and this could be written as 6/6. If we were to eat 4 of those 6 slices of pizza, we would be left with 2 lots of those 6 slices. Now, the numbers on fractions have very special names. The bottom number is called the denominator, and the number on the top is known as the numerator. And it's important that you know these two terms, as they will come up in your exams. Now, the two types of decimals. The two types of decimals are terminating decimals and recurring decimals. Now, examples of terminating decimals are like 0.6, 0.125, and 0.75. Terminating decimals are decimals with a limited number of decimal places. Now, on the other hand, recurring decimals are decimals that will never end, or aka go on forever. In this case, we have 0.333333 and so on. Let's say we needed to write a recurring decimal in an exam, or in any example. It would be impractical to write a number that would go on forever. So what we would do is we would write 0. In this example, 0.3, and then we would write, or we would just simply put a dot on top of a number that recurs. So in this case, we would have 0.3 dot or 0.3 recurring. Now more complex examples such as 0.729, 729, 729, 729, etc. What we would do is we would put a dot on the first number that recurs, which is 7, and a dot on the last number that recurs, which is 9. So it would be 0.729 recurring. Now, because terminating and recurring decimals are examples of rational numbers, we can write them in their fraction equivalents. Now 0.75 would be 3/4 or 3/4. 0.6 would be 2/3 or 2/3. And 0.125 would be 1/8 or 1/8. 0.3 recurring would be 1/3. And 0.729 recurring would be 729 divided by 999. Now, irrational numbers are decimal numbers that go on forever but don't repeat. They're like a messy sequence of numbers, as you can see above. It goes 3.525, 24759, etc. Now, the main case you would see irrational numbers on things like surds. Now, a surd is a square root of a non-square number. In this case, we have 12. The square root of 12 would be something like 4641011615. On the other hand, 16 would not be a square surd, as the square root of 16 is 4. But just to clear up a common misconception with surds, 12 is an even number, but it is still a surd. As some students have a common misconception that if it's an even number, then it's not going to be a surd. And I just hope I've proved you wrong, because 12, although being an even number, is still a surd. So just to wrap it up, an integer is another name for a whole number. A fraction is part of a whole number. The two types of decimals are terminating decimals, which are decimals that have a limited number of decimal places, and recurring decimals, which are decimal numbers that go on forever. And the example of irrational numbers are things like surds, which have a square root of non-square numbers. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, comment down below, and tell me how I did. Till next time.